Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Hotel Transylvania, the first one, and this movie came out in 2012, and I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was fun. It's a good kids movie overall, and the comedy worked for me, and there were lots of funny jokes in the film, and there were some nice visual gags, and this movie does have funny ideas, and I like the world that this movie is set in, and overall it was fine. It's not perfect, but I do like it more than I don't, and what I like about it are some of the performances. I like Adam Sandler as Count Dracula. He did not annoy me in this movie. In fact, I would say he's probably the best part about the movie, and he really carried it, and I bought him as the character Count Dracula, even though he kind of plays a character that you would expect him to play, and he brings his own spin to it from like the voice of Dracula. It's still fun and enjoyable, and there were points where they tried to make him a little bit intimidating, like with his scream, and it never really worked for me. But for the most part, he was good. There were some other performances that I kind of liked, and Selena Gomez is fine in the movie. Her character is fine, and there were points where she kind of underplayed it, and you can clearly see that the script was asking her to do more, but she kind of just didn't really give it her all in certain points. She doesn't ruin the movie by any means. It's just that if I'm going to point out anyone who would be the weakest, then she would be it. And the animation is kind of a mixed bag for me. Sometimes I'm fine with it, but whenever characters are doing really crazy things like moving their bodies around as if their body is made of rubber, that's when it kind of takes me out of it. I'm like, it's too much, and it's kind of distracting to me, and there were quite a few moments where that happened. I'm like, and I feel as though if you pulled it back and it didn't have their bodies like moving around as if they're made of rubber, then I wouldn't really have that big of a problem with it. But when they do not do that, then I'm fine with it, and it looks good, and it doesn't look super dated. The characters in this movie were fine. They were exactly what I was expecting from the movie when they were first introduced, and the story itself, it's nothing special, and it's what you would expect. And where this movie really works for me is the humor for the most part. Sometimes it does go a little too far, and it's not very funny, but I was laughing a decent amount, and there were some parts of the film that did feel rushed, and one of them would be like the drama element that comes from the second act low point. I felt that part of the movie was completely rushed over, and it kind of just came out of nowhere, and it didn't really need to be in the movie. And in terms of a story, there's not much substance to the film. It's pretty repetitive, and it's like, oh, these monsters are going to this hotel where they can all just meet up with old friends, and no humans, and oh, what do you know? A human came by and discovered this hotel, and that causes problems, but soon they learn to like him, and he's cool, he's fun, they like having him around, and you can probably guess where the story goes from there, and it's very much what I was expecting, and it was nothing special, and that's kind of the worst part of the movie, is the story, is that it's what you've seen a million times already, and they don't really add anything new to it. And that's about all I have to say about Hotel Transylvania. It was decent. I didn't regret watching it. I'm probably never going to watch it again. And it's a movie I can recommend, but it's just not something that I really connected with. And the jokes worked for the most part, and that's the most that I got out of the movie. And there were some parts that I found to be really distracting and underwhelming, but overall, I liked it. So check this movie out once you get the chance, and I'm going to give Hotel Transylvania a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Hotel Transylvania, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Vampires from 1998, directed by John Carpenter, so look forward to that. But until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.